Hey team, how are we going? It is Kaz here from In the Trenches with Kaz, and we're here for the purpose, basically, tonight of saying well done in advance, 100 points to all those that are about to quit before us. I hope not. 93 of them, double platoon, are getting ready to head to Kapooka tomorrow. Okay, so tonight they're all packed into hotels with their last piece of peace. Some of them already done their oath of affirmation on the God or on the King. And whatever they eat tonight's going to land on a toilet in Kapooka. So we're here wishing well, and I know mysteriously after shaving, which I may never do again, I look like this guy in the actual thumbnail here. It's killing me. G'day AM, at PM. Mr. Buckaroony, one of my favourite people in the world, a man that doesn't need a haircut ever. Gravity took care of that. I'm not well, but I'll quickly tell you in a minute what happened with me, but I am happy because I've just had a whole day, an entire day, having conversations. G'day, Sahara San. It's been too long. We need to talk. I was really blown away today getting to speak to the amount of people I got to speak to. And some of them are in the hotel right now, probably watching this video as we speak. So anywhere where you put in a g'day, let's put it in for, say, we'll call them 93 platoon at the moment because that's 2 platoons that are going in. We've got Ed Bennett here. Just here, wait a sec. Sorry, I'll go back to you there, Joseph. Just here real quick to say hello and hope you have a good stream. Cheers to you and your daughter and the stream. Mate, thank you very much, Ed. I've been trying to reach out to you, been trying to get hold of you, and I hope the USA is going well. And once the stock market rises after November, hopefully that's the ticket to get me over to there and we can go to Walter Reed and go and see the injured soldiers from the wars, which is one of my number one bucket lists for those that know me. Go and see those that don't get visits anymore. The broken soldiers, the traditions of the ANZACs and the coalition forces that we fight with. But we've got 93 people right now having the last cappuccinos, pizzas, pasta, steak, KFC, phone calls, all of these things getting out of their system before they purge themselves tomorrow and get on a greyhound. That's a bus, not a dog, for those that are outside our postcodes, and head down to the land of the Australian, or the home of the Australian soldier, at Kapooka. And it is icy goddamn cold. We've got a bunch of our subscribers that are there right now. I'll call you tomorrow, Sahara Sand, no problem with that. We've got Robbie Kent. Hi, I'll be lurking in the background, enjoy the stream. I went to call you today, Rob, but just so you just quickly understand what happened. I've been in and out of phone calls with my doctor. Today was a day where I was potentially going to be back to hospital. It looks like I'll be going back there soon. My condition's going downhill very quickly. Tracksuit pants don't collect dysentery very well, neither do Ugg boots. As well as, what would we say? Last night, started getting the indigestion, acid reflux coming out, and that ultimated into a bout of vomiting that came with that. So I'm going downhill again pretty quickly. He said to me, you can go to the hospital or you can double the dose of all the medication you're on now, shock your system, and then see what happens from that and see whether you go in. And I'm going to go and get some medication that costs about $20,000 an injection. I've got to go and pick it up tomorrow. And so to all of those that pay tax, thank you very, very much for contributing to my health. Joseph says, love your vids, just subscribing and going through the process of going into combat engineers. Fantastic role, one of the best jobs in the military, one of the widest diversities of opportunities. But it's also located in Sydney, the training, so some people do it for that. Also, it's got the perfect off-ramp within its core that allows you to go from a combat engineer into plant operation, into doing apprenticeships, etc., never getting paid the same as an apprentice. That's a great choice, mate. Great choice. Combat engineers. So I don't like wearing the glasses because it makes me look like I don't like sports. I do. Okay, Ed Jr., by the way. Ed Jr., the third. Your dad doesn't answer the phone anymore, mate. I want to come over and see him. Here we go. Duffy. G'day, buddy. How you going? Is this the Duffy I was speaking to today? Had to get off the phone from. Dave D, stand fast. Okay, Eddie B, I'll let the old man know that you're trying to talk to him. Thanks, mate. Smiley, yep, seen your message, mate. Waiting for that when you want to have a phone call. The bat phone is waiting for you, and I look forward to our communications, see what the smile on your face is all about. You know, what would you miss most, team? Would you miss the KFC chicken? Would you miss the phone? Would you miss what's behind my head, which is the coffee? These things are going to disappear for these the guys of the 93 platoon as of tomorrow. Well, after they do their final stop on the way to Kapooka, that is. And hopefully they don't make the stuff up like the guy who sat on his phone too long in the shit house. That's a story for you. Just think you've done your oath of affirmation. You're about to join the army. The last thing you want to do is ever stand out. That's a fact no matter what army you go to. This guy went into the toilet, sat down, public toilet, sat on his phone. Here's the air brake. The bus, before it gets out of Dodge, runs out there, misses the bus at the same time that someone had fucked up on the bus and not done a proper head count. And then he ended up flagging down a police officer and saying, I've just missed my bus that's going to Kapooka. Put him in with the 5-0, and then they went screaming down there, pulled the bus over. Are you missing one by dickhead? Yep, that'd be us. Throw him on the bus. Nothing was ever said about that. That would have been a big incident because he's under the jurisdiction. Don't be that guy. Carl P. Good to have people representing here. Jenny G from Jennifer G from up north. Kaz, your IQ just went up 20 points. No, that's not true. It's falling by the day. What you'll miss having time to yourself. One of the funny things is going to be is human behaviour. When these guys, these 93, get to Kapooka, you know, everything's going to change after they get on that bus and they do that final stop, where the military members that are on the bus that might be pretending to be your friend or being silent or maybe being a little bit jovial with you, that smile turns into a grimace really quickly after you have that last coffee, that last pit stop. And all of a sudden, they become their instructor. And a lot of the times they are the instructors that you will have, because this is DOS. That means two in Spanish. This is a DOS platoon, 2 platoons. So the people you're with now might not even be seen again over the next 9 weeks, which is the new length of Kapooka. Here we go. Someone's thrown some sesterces in. Ash. Thank you very much, mate. That will buy a cold drumstick of chicken. Let's see how that makes me guts feel. Oscar Manning, those poor 93 people. And as for Ash, a little bit of tentacles out there, taking the sesterces from you. Thank you very much, mate. The channel is not cheap to run, but anything that you throw in there makes a difference. It does. Good day to everyone here. The Lurker. It's been a while, Lurker. Good to have you here, mate. Good to have you here. What would you like to say? If you could leave a message for those that are going to Kapooka tomorrow, would that be don't laugh at the demise of others? I dare you not to laugh. Would you hex them and say you're going to fall asleep in that overheated room full of lectures? Is it going to be you're going to freeze your goddamn tits off on the drill square? Is it going to be amazing your life is about to completely change in a moment that you cannot reverse, and your family is now attached to your family name, the dynasty, you know, and your friendships? So make sure that you illuminate your name well, because no one wants a quitter. You know, we've actually got a guy who's joining tomorrow. This is a story you're going to love. We've got a guy who's a really good dude. I was talking to him just before I was talking to Dave, just before we started streaming. This is a story you want to hang on to. This is worth a like, even though it's free. This fella, his brother-in-law, went to the military and quit after 4 days. Was it 3 days? He quit after 3 or 4 days, but he's a stepbrother. So now his brother came to his march out today, not his march out, to his enlistment ceremony. And his words of advice were, try to beat my record of 3 days at Kapooka. So imagine if, good guy, I can't drop his name, will say he's a dentist. What if he quits too? Does that mean the family become a family of quitters? Does that mean the parents go around and go, Jesus, now what have we done wrong? I can deal with 1, but not with 2. What happens if it actually gets the award, the Cameron Baird Award for Best Soldier at Kapooka? Well, this guy's all going in as a gap year. And because he's going as a gap year, that's like declaring your retirement an NRL player or AFL player or cricket player, but then you win the grand final and the camera's in your face. You're going to play again next year? Of course I am. I'm back. He could sign over to regular army, and what he thinks is going to be a 1-year career ends up being a 40-year career. And if you do that right, not only will you be rich as fuck, but you'll have mates, stories, and a lifetime that has been lived. And I recommend that. And if you can tell me something that is on par with that, let me know, and I'll tell you whether I wish I had tried that. We spoke to a guy who's on massive money at the mines at the moment in the land of the single mums in Adelaide. And he's got a lovely missus, and she works in the mines as well. But he's decided it's not about the golden handcuffs. I want to go and join the army. It's about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the mateship. He can already see at 29 that what the mines give you is going to be something that will also be a curse that won't fulfill the bucket list of his life and living. So he's going to join the military now, and he sounds like a top candidate. Xander Page, a page of Xanders. Love your vids, man. I'm looking to join the army and become an infantry soldier. Make sure you spell it right, not infatty. You know, we've got a few fatties there. In a couple of years, any tips? I'd say keep watching here, mate. Okay, when you get a bit older and you've got a job and you can afford a coffee, jump on Patreon. You know, the link is always down there. And know that you're never alone. Just like a sniper is never alone. You need a number 2. Take your time, do it right, finish schooling, include your family on the decision-making process, and be able to explain why. If you can't explain why you want to join, then make sure you do a little bit of research so people will understand and respect your decision-making process. That's common sense. And I'm here to help you with that script to allow you to represent yourself for a career that might be your final career. I don't mean a flag over a coffin. What I mean is stability, mateship, adventure, these things. Educational finance. Do that, wrap that in a military career, and you can be goddamn laughing. DOAS, Army Assistance Scheme, getting half market rent, you know, getting free medical. Now, at the moment, as I said, I'm about to get a needle that's going to cost $10, but it costs me nothing but the work that I did beforehand to actually get the gold card that gets that. Without that, long time, very, very sick in a public hospital. And you don't want that team. Venom. I've just got to deal with this, mate, first. I've got to love that name. Legion. Your forehead, Tom Hanks, AIDS. What are we talking about is Rome. Hey, Kaz, loving the streams, mate. Loving the Legion. Back at you. Straight below you, you've gone with some yellow venom all over his face. For all the hard work and commitment you spend streaming, thank you, Kaz. Not too. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Without the people, without the comments, you know, we wouldn't have a channel at all. You know, I had some sort of bad news I won't go into today where I actually saw where the channel, it's getting harder and harder for me to get out there. I even found out today, do you know what word, you know, is considered a unmonetizable word that you can put into a video? Is the word sniper. That's considered harsh content, inappropriate content, sensitive content, which means you can get flagged and actually have your video posted, which is not about necessarily not getting any money from AdSense, which is roughly around $6 per 1,000 on my channel. What it means is if they can't monetize it, then they won't let you see it because they make nothing from it within it. So just the word sniper is a sensitive word. So type sniper now if you can. See what happens to the stream. Thank you very much, Venom. I'll accept that, Venom, through some Here we go. PK, how much clothes should I be taking? Not many, mate. The bare minimum. The reason I'll be wearing pants now because you'll get a chance to be wearing, to go out and actually buy some new clothes as fashion changes, postings, etc. You know, take what's on the load list and nothing more, except maybe a couple of packets of lollies jammed into some shoes and shit. So when you're allowed to go to your bags, but you're not allowed to have lollies yet, You can go in there, there's a can of Coke in one shoe, there's some lollies in the other, and scoff into those like. There we go, Rob Cam. This looks like a fantastic comment right here. Joined reserves 2 years ago when I was 47. Should have done it earlier. This is a reoccurring, redeeming message. Is those that have already been successful in life go, it's not enough. I need more. I'm missing the mateship. I'm missing the fraternity of the brothers. The dark humour. I just want to be able to be a human where I can be tired, where I can be tested, but honestly, it's people look for tangible things it gives you. What it gives you is character. That is the most important thing. And character helps you in any career you do after that. Yeah, the gold card is amazing. I just got mine. Obi, awesome, mate. Obi, I know I haven't seen your name on here, but if this means that you need to have communications, etc., find a way of getting in touch with me, my brother. If not, go through the link, get onto the bat phone for the price of a coffee a month, and let's have that coffee together while we're on the phone, because when you get out of the military team, I tell you now, it is very hard to replace the brotherhood you had, and you tend to be chasing your buddies, but they're still busy because they're still working. Obi, all the best to you, mate, and to your family. Damien, who thinks 666 when you see Damien? Showing my age here. Hey, Kaz, I know this might be a dumb question. I bet it's not. In your PFA, you do a beep test. Is that the only time you do a beep test? The only time you do a beep test is normally a qualifying event in a restricted space. Things like maybe on a naval ship. Things like going to a subject course, a promotion course. Things like joining the military. And it's just a basic look, or it couldn't even be used as a warm-up to a harder session. Yep. So any of those PT people out there, what you can do is go, okay, we're going to start the beep test at level 4, but we're only going to go to level 7.5 or something like that. That's a good way of doing a good warm-up before you take guys for a long, hard run. Hit the like if you can, team. Don't call your platoon sergeant, sir. No, that won't go down well. Currently working on enlistment day, Kaz. Any WIC tips before I go? Any quick tips? Get your spelling right. Articulate yourself well. Remember, within the Australian Army, we're representing ourselves, whether it be in voice or whether it be in writing. You're waiting on your enlistment date. Have your goodbyes. Don't hurt yourself. Give up contact sport. Do research. Watch some videos on different things. And remember that you can not be too fit for what you're going for. Everything is about physical capability. Physical capability makes the mind sharper, but make sure you also train smart. Remember that once you go into the military, that you say goodbye to a lot of things from civilian life, including sometimes the way we think. It doesn't make you think in a different way. Sorry, it doesn't program you. What it makes you, it illuminates the way you already think a lot of the time. That's what happens. So you can find that there can be avenues of your civilian life that you find now intolerable to be able to listen to. Don't suffer fools. You probably heard that saying before. Once you communicate about things that really matter, that have life and death consequences, training for war, the fact that people can say offset stupid things, but you've got to have that discipline as a military person not to react to that, especially in this heightened time of conflict around the world. Sometimes you've got to keep your P's and your Q's together, because you can lose your shit when someone says something stupid like baby killer. When someone says something like, oh, you're going to go and serve. This is one of my favourites. Who have we got in comments that I'd like to have a comment from here? Carl P. Okay, I reckon Carl P, or let's put the pressure on someone else. Who can we put the pressure on? Billy Krask is a smart man. Guys, sometimes you're going to have someone say, and gals for that matter, you're going to have people say, what was I about to talk about while I was looking down at my Skippy badge earned? Okay, one of the comments we keep hearing, and it seems like a fucking cop-out to me. I can see you down there, Peppers. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. Got a camel donation down there, but it's not a camel as such. So what people have been saying is, why would I want to join an army when I don't trust the leadership of the country? Well, I tell you what, there's barely a time all the way from Rome to now where you would have seen leadership that you would have fucking trusted. But at the same time, they're going to send you to this, they're going to send you to that. Well, guess what? We're in a peacetime army. We're not anywhere. So they're not doing what people are espousing. You're in Australia, in a peacetime army, preparing for war on the day that it may or may not happen. Be careful what you wish for, because you can't turn it off, and Hamas have found that out real fast. You can't start a war, then call it off when you start losing. And Australia, there's been an element of luck in our previous conflicts, but we've lost over 103,000 men. And what we don't want to do is add to that tally. The lifestyle enough of a peacetime army, even on its worst day, is better than being a civilian on a fucking train with a laptop, watching your eyesight disappear as you're fighting for a seat every day in an overheated, quiet carriage in Sydney, knowing that your emails are never going to stop. Appreciate your friends, join for the adventure, and guys, it's as good as it gets. Billy, what's he saying? Hey, Kaz, another battle ahead. Your mental strength will get you through. Should it be made clear to all recruits your training is to make you survive the worst conditions known to man? Yep. And to also know that you're in there as a team. So to these 93 guys tomorrow, you're going to see people make mistakes, and you're going to laugh at those mistakes, and you're going to get in trouble for laughing at those mistakes, but they're mistakes that are going to be shared, and you're going to learn from the mistakes of others. There's going to be people that are fully prepared. There's going to be people that are underprepared. There's going to be people that go to quit. If someone goes to quit, you can do a captain's call, put a hand on their shoulder when they're sitting alone and go, you're not quitting, bro. I'm not going to let you quit. Let me be your unofficial battle buddy. And if you see it happen in another section, maybe say, hey, how about you look after your mate rather than let him crash on the rocks? That's what the brotherhood is meant to be about. If he gobs off to you on the very last night we're here, okay, then get someone who's going to the same place as him, to look after him once I'm gone. But don't be the guy that piles on top of someone who's having a goddamn hard time, because they might not have had a chance in hell, and this might be the only chance they've got of getting back to a North Point. Yep. Yep, this one I'm very, very guilty of there. Range Sangers, I know, I love your name. Nicholas, also don't smirk while you're getting yelled at. I can't help myself. I start going that laugh zone. Legion, I feel like I'm going to vomit, team. Hey, Kaz, I got cleared my medical and background check. Awesome. Took a bit off work. Had to get the character evidence and a few x-rays, but all is good, good, thank God. Yes, thank God for everything we have. With references, that's an important thing too, Legion. You need to make sure that when you pick someone as a reference, that you pick someone that actually knows you, that someone cares about you, and someone's going to be a good reference, because they can actually shoot a hole in your boat too. Here we go. PK, joining the army tomorrow. That means he's one of the 93. Hallway 93. Goals are to transition into commandos and have cash enough by 25 to put a big deposit into a house. PK, what I want you to do is, if right now you can, because you're getting paid by the king at the moment to sit in a fucking hotel room and do nothing but eat dumplings and then shit them out tomorrow, is get on the bat phone so you and I can have a conversation, because all of the training you're about to do for the next year or so is going to be training that I was an instructor in. Not only that, let's speak about financial education, and let's get this back and forth so that you and I, can watch your evolution, become a soldier, financially literate, and make the decisions and have options of how to get there with two people being wargaming your success. I recommend that. If you don't do it, all I can do is put the offer out there. Part of being special is knowing that the mission is bigger than one person. That sounds good. Almost sounds like a shirt. Righto, what do we got here? So peppers, something to go towards your goals, Kaz. Hopefully my goals is just getting a little bit better. I don't know if that's going to happen, mate. All I want to do is put some meat back on my bones, so one day when someone's got a problem with what I say, I can bring them some of that. Because remember, one of the things on my bucket list is still to win a fight convincingly in the street. Sorry, team. No, I don't recommend getting into the Barneys. but you don't want to go to heaven on a losing streak. Oh, here we go. Lego life. Hey, Kaz, I was 2 Cav 1988 to 2002. Let's do the maths. Okay, so we're talking about 14 years there. Then went PMC until 2010. DFR want me to go through Kapooka again. That's because everything has changed. Everything has changed. Just do it, mate. Enjoy it. Be happy with it. Be happy with it, mate. Remember, you're lucky to even be getting a second chance at the age you are. 2 Cav is fantastic. What are you going to go in for? You're going back in for cavalry again? Where you're going to be in a completely different vehicle? I tell you what, dude, when you got out, I don't even know if you got in the labs, but this time there's going to be no infantry and APCs with you. You're going to be in the boxer, air conditioned. Are you ready for that? Ready. Are you able to do a phone call tomorrow? It's been too long since you and I have spoken. I'd love to talk to Brady Carr, Rob Kent, and also Sahara Sands tomorrow if I can. Here we go. Go and do a stint in the ADF, then head over to Ukraine. I wouldn't do that, Georgie. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I fully commend everything the Ukrainian patriots are doing. I really do. They're like their Thermopylae. They're the guys that are fighting at the gates of fire. They're like the Australians that held Tobruk, that held and took back New Guinea from the Japanese. Absolutely. But I just think the fighting men of Ukraine are getting sold a lie by their own leadership again, while the people of means and money and finances, being left out of the fight, just like they are from Russian conscription. Yep. Just be careful. You do you. You do you. But, mate, if you get injured over there, there's no necessarily way of you getting home. Or Australia might not even let you come back, if you've been fighting another country. So just be aware it can be a dangerous choice. All right? If you ever want to jump on again, jump on Patreon. We can have a good talk about that, mate. Don't let the excitement or the promise, or you say this to so many people that now you feel obliged to do it. Be careful and never tell recruiting that's your plan. And let's hope that there's also no fight in Ukraine by the time you get through Kapooka and the military, mate, because I want Ukraine to have peace and get rebuilt. Ash, Stageman, you sound like Stagey, you sound like you're actually out of a book from the darkness of Sethanon. We all know why YouTube tries to take down your videos. It's because you're Albanese's most wanted. Okay, I'll accept that. And thank, mate. Reaching in, taking the sesterces straight through your soul. Thank you very much, mate. Guys and gals, really, really appreciate it. Really, really do. We missed one too, which is below you. Guys and gals, thank you very much. I think you're more than paid for anything that we need to do tonight. We can cut it. We can cut back on donations now. Let's just be thankful for those 93 that are about to step up. Let's make this as positive as we possibly can in case they're watching right now, to let them know that we're laughing in our jocks that we have coffee in 2 days from now, knowing they're waking up to no phone after giving a proof of life to their family. I mean, Kapooka, I'm Hallway 93. I made it here safely. Get the fucking phone. Give me push-ups. And then they're going to realise that they get shorts that look like they're from Russian Spetsnaz that are too short, that go to the heated pool that doesn't feel so heated. Standing on parade grounds, learning how to walk, learning how to talk, how to work with purpose. Thinking and making excuses for their fitness that for some reason is not representing them as well as it was 2 weeks ago while they're at CrossFit. Realising that some humans are no longer able to actually use their body in dexterous ways when the pressure is on. Here we go. From Venom. Discipline, bravery, loyalty, teamwork. Well, there's a level of bravery, isn't there, to join the military? It'd be very easy to talk about joining the military ad nauseum, but then never actually do it. That's bravery. To actually say, I'm going to set a path and I'm actually going to do it. We've got a guy called Will, who was a transport driver, and he told me forever he's going to go and do a core transfer to infantry, and guess what? He actually did. And now he's at the battalion up in Townsville. I won't say which one, and he has to fit in as an older soldier that is a retread, not a retread, well, a core transfer. He should get nothing but respect. And for the bravery of going from a fairly relaxed sort of world, being transport, and then going over to infantry. So well done to him. I really appreciate him. And I would actually look after him if I was a platoon sergeant to make sure that he was given the best chances of success. I tick on your names here, guys, sometimes before I see your message. So one day if we get trolled, I'm sorry, but it could happen, where Kaz might get a bit ambushed. Hey, Kaz, I've had my eyes set on listing. I had to finish my year 10 equivalent, okay? I've taken IQ test, loads of aptitude tests before, and performed above average. What do you think is the best way? I have to finish my year 10 equivalent. Finish year 10 equivalent. And then just go straight in, mate. Because you still have to have those bits of paper that say that what your tertiary education was. Yep. Nice name, bud. Elijah. Eli. No matter how many times you do an aptitude test, once you know how to do an aptitude test, it'll always come out about the same. You can't get away from where your real life banding is. I joined in December 85. My son is one of the 93 arriving. It's a Stephen Dines. Mate, Steve, how good is it? How good is it that I joined in 85, so you're like my father, and then myself, a family tradition. Imagine how proud you were to see that your son has left the nest, the sound of his mum's tit getting pulled out of his mouth, and he's about to go as one of the 93 tomorrow. You've got people live streaming now about the importance of that, echoing the what your son's actions are going to be, and the fact that this now means that the legacy of your family is now putting pressure on his kid to be a military member. Free medical, free dental. Now, coming home at Christmas, can't afford to buy all the seafood for Christmas, leaves you as the next of kin. He should always do that so that he gets the incidentals to get driven home. You must be a very, very proud man, mate. And we've only got another 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks, until I'm at Kapooka, unless I'm in hospital, to go and see 4 of our soldiers marching out of 1RTB, the home of the Australian soldier, where these 93 will be in the background, probably getting yelled at. Yep, so it's a small world. Can we get some thumbs up and some respect in there for Mr. Dines and his career and for his family? Very nice indeed. Anyone bridge a trade? Can't get a clear answer how long my OT will be or what my circumstance will be. And there's no one in the Army that will be able to tell you that either. It'll all depend on what your qualifications are, what you're going into, and what are the necessary things that are part of that trade that still need to be amalgamated with the military training and the standard operating procedures required, mate. My foster brother was from 2010 to 2014. He helped me with the reference, so I think that definitely helped me out a bit. My foster brother was from 2010 to 2014. You mean he served? How good would that be for a foster kid to go and then serve in the military and then go from an adopted family that took him out of love and then go into another family that you volunteered into to represent everyone with respect to what your life is? I know guys that are like that, and it's amazing to see him make something of himself. I really respect it. Joseph, the husband of Mary. My swim fitness isn't the strongest. Is it a good idea to train swim fitness before Kapooka? Absolutely. You work on your weaknesses, not your strengths. You've got to work on your weaknesses. That's why I used to like having sex. I wasn't good at it. I don't know if I am yet. I should do more practice, but not by myself, because we should never be alone. One last question before my enlistment. Tomorrow, PK, what should I bring for pajamas and how many? I'd go to Peter Andre or whatever it's called and get some really Gucci flannelette pajamas for winter. No, men wear a pair of boxer shorts, and no shirt. That's what we wear. That's what men wear. That's a uniform of men. No shirt, boxer shorts, that's it. Flano boxer shorts, fantastic. See, it feels great on the carriage. You know, if you don't like the way you look with your shirt off, do push-ups every night until you do. George, hey, Cass, apologies for my last comment. My family had a military background with my grandfather being a PMC in Africa. That's awesome. Mate, so clearly, Georgie, no apologies, Georgie, at all. I'm just trying to protect you a little bit too, my man. Grandfather being a PMC in Africa. Mate, we've got some African people that are in our channel as well, South Africans, and it's actually really, really impressive to see their attitude is just so good and so tight about serving Australia and themselves and improving their life and giving back to the country that's let them in. I love it. Brady, hey, Lego, I was fitted armour tech from 86 to 90. Okay, one guard duty when courage fell off the perch. Fun times the regiment back then. On guard duty when courage fell off the perch. I don't know what that means, but Brady, we might find out tomorrow, hey? Okay, Dainsy, yep. He's going as a forward observer, one of the best jobs in the military. Don't go to Darwin. Do not go to Darwin. You want to go to Townsville, where you might get amalgamated and embedded within an infantry battalion to work with the actual platoons. Unless Darwin has changed the way they do things in those maritime operations. I hope so. I want to see. Okay, again, you know, be careful this one, Georgie. I want to see combat. And so I'm joining now at 20. Everyone, including my brothers, has seen it. Also, my father. Sounds like Lieutenant Dan from bloody Forrest Gump. Be careful what you wish for, because the guys in Israel probably want to see combat too. But one of the things that comes with combat is you get to see the horrors of war, but also what happens is the heightened chances of seeing one of your brothers with a flag across his face, you know, as he breathes no more. So be careful that you don't wish something and in turn curse your brothers. Billy's giving some validation to the Dyans. PK, no, you don't get coffee, mate. You got to earn everything in Kapooka. You lose your phones, you lose your chicken. Okay, you lose your coffee until you do something to get it back. But then they'll give it back to you, only to take it back off you again when someone stuffs up. Because we are a herd, we get punished as one. Peppers, probably a stupid question. However, why is it not allowed to have your hands in your pockets? I've never known. Probably because it just looks arrogant, I guess. But it makes no sense to me. The guy that tells you can't have your hands in your pocket is holding a coffee to keep his hands warm. Veno, good luck to 93. Jealous as fuck. Work hard. Don't quit. Remember why you're there. That's the biggest thing. Do not let your mates quit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nigel Hart. G'day, buddy. He's got a heart. Hey, look who else is here. Leroy, it's been a while. It's Chick brand of instant coffee, Starstorm. Breathe Through Your Balls is here too. Hey, Kaz, I just discovered I have an optical defect, so hopefully I can have surgery to join the forces. I hope you do too. Otherwise, you've got to keep breathing through your balls. We'll have a conversation on the bat phone, and we'll find out something else that's going to be awesome that I didn't do in my lifetime, but it'll be fantastic for yours. How you going out there, Jack? Are you watching at the moment? Dwayne Duffy, thanks for the conversation we had today. I was enjoying that. This poor bloke, great dude, but he's a dickhead just like me. Out of nowhere, just impromptu, looking like the guy in this picture here, climbs a tree to do his mum a favour, prunes a tree with a chainsaw, forgetting his age, falls out of the tree 100 kilos, couldn't hold his weight up. Now he's landed and ripped his arm to pieces on a fence. You know. Thanks so much for the prompt response to my phone call today. Everyone who is not on the bat phone, get on it. Not on it. No, but okay, become a member. What else we got? Enlisted 11 weeks ago. And the mates I've made from Kapooka are already lifelong friends. That feels closer than even my best mates outside my army's best decision I've ever made was enlisting. What do I need to say? That is a thumbnail in itself right there. I'm going to read that out one again, because it doesn't matter what I say, I'm out. But you want to go in, the 93 people that are watching this right now, when life doesn't make sense for them somewhere in the next few weeks, and they look up and they see this, enlisted 11 weeks ago, which means finished Kapooka, and the mates I've made from Kapooka are already lifelong friends that feel closer than even my best mates outside of Army. Reprogrammed. Best decision I ever made was enlisting. Well done, mate. Well done. Left-handed salute to you. What corps did you go to, Range Singers? I've got to get down here to give a bit of respect to an insult that I'm getting here from Jonty, who's saying $3. Bit of frozen chicken there for me. But he's saying that 1 area are on top. Now, what do you mean by that? You know that 2nd Battalion is second to none? So, mate, come on. Wash your mouth out. And 3R are probably insulted too. Where are we? I don't agree, Jennifer. All men should wear lycra. There's already too many doing that are claiming to be men. Fighting words for KP. What did Dave have to say? Sorry, what did Carl have to say? What's he got? 2R second to one, just ask Kaz. That's correct. Correct. Thank you very much there, Carl, for backing me up on that. Respecto. Can you even tell at the moment that I've got mum and dad spaghetti on my shirt already that I feel like I'm about to throw up? Getting the sweats. And it's winter and the heater's not on. G'day, team. How are we? Glad we had to make it back on the stream. Guardian 227. Good to have you here, mate. He always is here. Mr. Buckaroony, the Queensland YouTuber, I suspect can't make a good steak. Give 100%, 110%, all you 93. Go hard and well done on joining. Be proud of what you're about to do. For those that don't know, there is no greater servant to the nation than Buckaroony. This is a man who gave 20 years plus to the military. Then he went to the police force and said, you know what? The mateship's not there and the donuts are fucking stale. And then he went to the prison system so he could learn how to cook noodles properly. They ripped all his hair out. Then he became a YouTuber, went on Starlink, and retired with his lovely lady Roz and his dog Rafa. So go to his channel if you can. I don't even know what this is. Breathe through your balls. Kaz, can I join with Pectus carinatum? I don't know what that is. We've got Cass. Cass here is in exactly the same position as Stephen Dines. Hashtag proud dad, proud mum. I've got to tell you, team, what you do will echo throughout your family, throughout your friendships, etc. It's very, very important what you do in this lifetime, that you live your life. Because if you go for something that just pays well, ultimately what's going to happen is one day you're going to look back on a hollow or an empty museum of a house that looks amazing, but has no real, finesse to it. No real memories, doesn't feel like a home. And when it's full of friends, Persian rugs, I'm not just talking about myself here, and phone that's ringing off the tap with reunions, funerals and weddings, that's what it's all about. Defence has demonstrated what it is, not only the country's first laser weapon, but what it is billed as the world's most powerful, portable, high-energy laser, capable of taking down drones. It's only a matter of time there. Everyone really got on board with the drone technology. But that's only as good as what it is until it gets counted. And then it can become a nothing burger very, very quickly. There you go. Mr. Buckaroony says, can't defend yourself with your hands in your pockets. Absolutely. Cyan. That's a colour, isn't it? G'day, quick question. Just want to know what it was like at Steel Barracks or Puckapunyal, asking if I go to Kapooka one day afterwards. Steel Barracks sucks. It's in Holsworthy, near Holsworthy. In Holsworthy. It sucks. The buildings are old. School of Engineers, for those that don't know what he's talking about. And Puckapunyal sucks even worse, where even the kangaroos have got diseases. But it's a necessary step after Kapooka to get your initial employment training done before you go to your unit, which I always recommend in every single case, unless you have a family with family needs, etc. in Brisbane or Melbourne, Victoria, whatever, to go to Townsville. Yep. I've never seen this name before. I think Budgelicious. Hey, Kaz, JBR here from today. There we go, JBR. Last name, part of his last name is Russo. Great dude. Here from today, a great phone call. Second, getting on the bat phone. Mate, it was great to have the conversation with you today. It was a little bit weird. I was sitting in the car park of Penrith Panthers watching the Aqua Golf. Spoke for an hour to JBR here, and he's got himself on track, team. He's already ticked all the bases. You know, this guy, former pilot. I'm not going to say what his name is. He's already got a fucking missus. But you'd expect to have a nice missus when you've been a pilot. Then, because of COVID, went to mines. Gets to mines, makes the money. She's with him, making the money. Now he's looking at joining the military. Doesn't know what he wants to do, whether he wants to go for rotary wing aircraft or whether he wants to go to fixed wing. This guy's got options in his life. He's a little bit older, but he's going to get there. And the conversation I had with him today, despite the fact that I had one of the worst nights of my life, absolutely, it was my pleasure. Thank you very much, JBR. Dwayne, old man would smack me up the side of the head for having my hands in my pockets. Yep, old school. Hey, someone we haven't seen for a long time. Kane Higgins, Mr. Buckaroony. Hey, Mr. Buckaroony, you diddly donk. Kane, I hope you're doing well in North Queensland, mate. I've always got a soft spot for you, buddy. You were here from the start of the channels, mate. Mucho respect to you and your family, and I hope life is going well. Sincerely, mate. Will the Skippy badge kiss you? Boom. Have a good life, my man. Okay. Range Sanders, I'm at Singo now, so infantry. I'm on the bat phone already. I only just realised having my full name for YouTube account isn't that smart. Absolutely. Range Sanders, make sure you send me a text now if you can and remind me that you're Range Sanders so that I know who I'm talking to. And let's have a conversation as soon as we can because, mate, there's nothing better than keeping up to date with you guys that are working hard. What sort of knife is this? Concerned Aussie, we need to have a talk too. This is a bone-handled knife that was given to me by one of my best friends from the God Squad down in the Victoria chapter. Now, he's a great guy. Went to join the military when he was younger. Didn't do it. Best friend did. Got into SASR. And this guy, I reckon, would have had no problems either. He's one of the best men I've ever met in my life. His name is Lou. He's a true patriot. He is a true evangelist. He is a guy that cannot be bought. He's a big guy. He's a tough guy. You know, but once you have his loyalty, then there is no door that he won't open for you. And he gave me that knife as a demonstration of friendship. In turn, we gave him one of our pieces of shrapnel from Beersheba to tie the Christianity from Christianity. Well, his religious overtones, God Squad, being at the Beersheba with battlefields and warriors, etc., to link that with his calling. So it was a beautiful gift that he took very, very well. And I believe that was as he was turning 50 as well. So that was my pleasure. Team, I'm going to get going in a second. I think I'm about to be going to the toilet for a number 3, which is not a wee or a poo. Like Rob said, I feel I should have done this sooner. Looking forward to the mateship going as a full-time army at 42, penning a PFA. But I've spent 20 years just wondering, can't wait. Absolutely, Duff. Absolutely. What are you going to join at that age, 42? Because they've got to have common sense too and make sure that they get you into a job that you can do potentially or should be the rest of your life, my man. All right, some good news there. Nick Hollins is saying that Holsworthy's been updated. Peppers, Holsworthy was a nice place, friendly people when we were there in the 2000s whilst my stepdad was in the army. I was there as a child, and all I remember is the single mums, and the ice cream van used to come 3 times an hour at times down the street. So I think it was about a little bit of old man out, and I think that he was the boyfriend of the single mums. Rogue. Hey, Cass, do you think it'd be a good idea to do a trade through the army and then after doing service period switch to combat engineer? No. You go to engineers and then you do a trade. Yeah, you've got to start off in engineers. They don't let you just go straight there and do a trade normally. You go there and then you go into the trade system, mate, after doing normally a year as an engineer, mate. So learn to be a soldier and then do the trade, never getting paid as an apprentice. That's what I recommend. Yeah. This is very true. Holsworthy's worst patch of weeds and vines in New South Wales, surrounded by a fence. It is absolutely terrible. The inch ants there, okay, they fully support the noxious weeds that are there. Yep. Okay, I saw this one today too. So Breathe Through Boards, anyone see CSRC YouTube channel? I saw that today. I don't understand. He's only got a couple of videos straight away. Number one on YouTube. It's a great video, really good video. I recommend you go and watch it. But I think it's just proof that our channel is shadow banned, team. I think it's proof. You know. Anyway, those interests, they just ran a webinar on jobs within the military that are outside the scope of infantry. Yep, they're hiring US civilians too at the moment. US or us civilians? Here we go. ITZ guns. Enlistment day is tomorrow for infantry reserve. Excellent. Isn't that normally on Fridays? Anyway. Hey, Kaz, what's the parking situation when living on base? Easy, mate. You'll have your own allocated car parking positions, mate. Too easy. You'll have enough for 2 cars, his and hers. Hi, I'll land on internet nest during a section attack. Do not recommend. No, mate. They fight well above their weight. That's for sure. I was just watching a vid of his today. Breathe, enjoyed the content. It was a really good video that was made by CSRC. Really good video, to tell you the truth. I definitely recommend you go and watch it. You know, subscribe to his channel if he comes out with more. To tell you the truth, he's doing a better job than me. Can he maintain it? Would be hard, because the amount of work he's put into that, and he even says that in comments, to be able to come out with something so good. To all of those digger slang things, it's amazing stuff. He's really done a great job. That's a good point. CSRC is great. It's funny stuff. Raised a good point on how we've gone through great lengths to get camo where it is. Now only blokes to tape their arms up blue and yellow and high visibility. Doesn't make sense. What was the other one? Thanks, Kaz, for inspiring tonight. Remember, you're leading the Roman legions into Teutoburg Forest, or hopefully not. For those that don't know, that is worth looking at. Is it possible to avoid being a lid? Impossible, Breathe Through Your Balls. There's nothing wrong with being a lid. Lid is having your training wheels on that'll allow you to make mistakes, that allow people to give you a little bit of grace when you make mistakes. Enjoy that moment. We all go through it. You know, embrace it. Don't try and get ahead of the game. What do you think of TRW? Remind me, Matty, Ambrose, what you're talking about there. I've know a billion acronyms. Just get that one back to me. I'll let you go, Kaz. Have a good one, man. I hope I can catch the next stream and have some more news for your Legion. Absolutely, mate. And when in doubt, you know where to find me. The Bat Phone. All you got to do, team, go on there, join the Black Legion. I send you a message. Okay, you text the Bat Phone, and then from there we have a conversation, normally up for an hour, you know, before we prepare you for the next questions coming my way. Who here can ride a motorbike? That's how you get people to put their hand up for, what do you call it, for a work party. Training rehabilitation wing. Look, TRW, I honestly think down there should be people similar to myself that come in and do public speaking, that come in there and speak about the mind. People have done the job. People that come down and spend some time with the soldiers. Remind people, you know, don't give up on yourself. You know, this is not a time to walk away. You know, embrace that free medical, you know, but also strengthen the mind. And remember why you're here, that you're getting paid, you know, and get back on your feet, heal yourself, you know, and don't make a mistake. Yeah. Yeah. You got to have it, but you got to do it right. Yeah. It's not a punishment to be injured. And we need to remember that when it happens to our soldiers. Unfortunately, training rehabilitation ring is always sometimes a place where people go to hide as well. Remember that. We'll hit your message up on Patreon tomorrow. Kaz been flat out lately. Corona C2, all good, mate. All good. Okay, this is a very interesting question. For those 93 that are watching, what is the level of injury that would get you back squatted? Squatted, not squatted, team. Normally, it'd be anything that gets you out of action for 24 hours. You know, if it gets to the stage where you cannot reasonably be able to catch up with training, you know, you will get back squatted. So it can be a case-by-case situation as well. Yep, it doesn't make sense, does it, Dave? We make you get a haircut, so you got number 2 all over, but then we make you scrim your helmet up and give it hair to break up shape. That's what it's designed to do. You know, silhouette, etc. But yeah, as soon as you move from one area to another, then you look like a fucking weirdo. Any stories of Jack, Kaz? I've got plenty of stories of Jack, mate. There's Jack, the guy I was talking to today. You know, I've got some stories about him already that I'm impressed with. But what you're talking about is Jack is the slang for someone who lets the team down, who looks after themselves instead of, you know, looking after the team. I'll tell you who the jackest person in the Australian Army is that officer that came out as transgender. You are forcing people against your beliefs to actually compel them to salute you when you've made it all about yourself. That's the jackest move I've ever seen someone do in the Australian Army. Now, I'd rather someone run from fear in the battlefield than start wearing a dress and then tell me to salute you and call you ma'am. That's the jackest thing I've ever seen. You know, and I would tell it to that person's face with no problem whatsoever. Our lads, how I'm getting into where are we? Anthony P. Hey, how are we, lads? How do I get about getting the bat phone number? Do I go through Patreon direct messages? The Patreon link is in the comments below, mate. Just hit on that. Go in there and get on there. Go to the Black Legion. Join that. You know, and the paid members, it's a price of a coffee a month. You know, as soon as I see that comes up, I send you a message, a greeting message, and then from there you just send the bat phone message, and you and I have a conversation that suits you in a time of your choice. I recommend you do it. There you go, Mr. Buccaroony, letting us know how and why things are seen. Thank you very much there, Corona. Thank you very much. As you got them right. Shine is actually surface. Come on, mate. Come on. Shape, shadow, surface, silhouette, spacing, and movement. Why things are seen. Just see if there's any more. Okay. Squiggy, is Kapooka similar to RAF officer entry at RAF? No, I'd say they're very different, but they'd have the same aspect, mate. Get the person, strip them back from being civilian into military, make them work as a team, learn standard operating procedures on why you do everything you do, sense of urgency training, standards, etc. So in some ways, I'd say yes. Anthony P is in the Black Legion already. There you go. Anthony, you know, if you're there already, I should already have a message there for you, waiting for you right now for you to send me a message on the bat phone. You know, you've got to send me this on the bat phone so I don't have to keep looking back through things to occur. It'll be written in the message to you. Here might be a good one here. Char animations. What are your best tips for keeping morale up when outfield and it's exceptionally uncomfortable? Well, that's always going to happen. We're either somewhere it's freezing cold or we're somewhere it's boiling hot. What I recommend you do, you know, is just have a sense of humor with your buddies. You know, have some good friends. Have a salami stick that you share with those you care about. It's called Jack Rations because you don't have to give it to anyone. It's Jack because you keep it to yourself. actually hold it onto, hold it on your jack rations, hold it out for 4 or 5 days till everyone else's rations run out, and then come out with it. Anthony P, what I was going to say, what name have you got there? I'll have a quick look now. I'm not trying to be rude to your team. I'll have a look quickly now. How long ago, Anthony, did you join, mate? Anthony P, how long ago did you jump on here? Because it hasn't got you joined here as last month, unless you came under a different name. Sour Patch Kids, the sweet and sour lollies team. If you can take jack rations out, the sweet and sour lollies are some of the best. That sugar hit will get you through a nighttime ambush. Absolutely. We're getting ready to get out of here, team. I just want to help Anthony P here. Anthony P, when did you join, mate? And what name did you use? Do you remember? One of the best things we ever did, team, is actually have the Patreon, because every single day I speak to people. Mate, joined up in 2020 when I first had an interest. Have you still got a paid subscription going through there, mate? Because I don't remember ever not giving someone a direct message last week. On where? On Instagram? Because I can talk to you whenever we get this message, man. Wait a sec. Can you send a message on Patreon now? Because it'll show up on my messages, and then I'll get through, and sure enough, we'll be good, mate. Thank you very much. I look forward to finding out what's going on with you, mate. You've been here for a long time. Before COVID was the big deal. Hey, guys, I have my defence interview on the 15th of next month. What should I expect? Prepare. The defence interview is all about amalgamating your aptitude test, how it went. Remembering, they're not looking for what's bad about you. They're looking for what's good for you. They're looking for the roles that you'd be perfect for that might be on their list of, what do we call it? On your list of opportunities and roles that might be a priority role now. And they're going to try and talk you into getting on those. So it's always good to have 3 choices. I've got videos on this, man, fucking 50 of them, on the U session, the assessment session, the PFA. Watch all of those. If you watch those 3 videos, you'll be already prepared. But what I'd say is just go and understand what 3 roles you want to do, why you want to do it, why you want to be in the military, when you're ready to go, what your family thinks about you, etc. And you'll be laughing, mate. And could mate, I should have sent you an email with questions and stuff. Mr. Barker, like the Uncle Fester without my beard. Well, Tim, I'm going to get off here and go and look for Anthony P's message. And guys and gals, let me just conclude tonight by saying not only thank you for the amazing donation of your time, because you could be anywhere at the moment, but also for the sesterces that people offered and have thrown into the hat too. It always helps as we keep the channel going. I really hope these 93 people all stick it out. Let's try and set a record that not one motherfucker quits. That's going to take those that are part of the 93 to make sure that no one quits, that you put an arm around the broken bird and remind them that if they quit, they might become a franchise of quitters. So to all of those of the 93, you've got 100 points right now. Don't blow it. It's not personal. Go in there, be the best version of you. Remember, your family name is about to be illuminated, and you're about to follow the fraternity of warriors, that have done so much for Australia. And it's going to give you character. It's going to give you grit. It's going to give you friendships, adventure, mateship, stability. Be very, very careful before you walk away from that to something else, because the grass is not greener. let me tell you that. And that's why a lot of people are getting into the Army Reserve, getting into Gap Year, getting into the Australian Army, is because they know that the grass just is not goddamn greener. So to those 93, remember, boxer shorts is all a man needs, no shirts ever. And take it easy, team. And mucho respecto to you all. And I'm going to go and have some fun with the toilet bowl, I think. Funny how passport photos always make me look whack-eyed. Guardian, no one looks good in a passport photo. Take it easy, team. Thank you very much. Nutsu cow. Peace to your mother. Tomorrow. Kapooka. While you having your morning coffee.